The Dads That Game radio podcast is brought to you by Video Games Monthly. Video Games Monthly is a monthly subscription service that delivers retro video games to gamers who own classic gaming systems from the 1980s through 2000s. And the best part is, you keep the games. Check us out at videogamesmonthly.com.
Live from his wife's basement,
Still gaming into their elder years.
this is the Dads That Game radio podcast.
Now, here are your hosts.
Michael Wolf and William Small.
Welcome to the Dads That Game radio podcast, bringing you games. Yeah. I don't know. I got nothing.
Wow,
I don't know. I'm going to work on that.
that was impressive.
Trying to-
I liked that.
Yeah,
that
trying
was
out,
good.
trying out new jingles. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what to do with my hands. Just sitting in front of me. It's great. Welcome to the Dads That Game radio podcast, as you heard by my snappy jingle, brought to you by Video Games Monthly. Yeah, I don't know if you guys knew or not, but our website is no longer in existence. So check us out, normally and forever from now on, at noobsandpros.com. We have our own section devoted just to us. You can find us on Podbean and iTunes and all kinds of other crazy stuff. So, yeah, you can do that if you want to. If you want to be a pal, at least, like our buddy Corey. Corey actually listens to the show.
Yeah.
I know I'm talking about Corey again.
Yeah, we know he does.
I know, but he sends messages to me through the website and through our Podbean page, and he actually interacts like a lot of you J-holes out there that don't interact. So once again, thank you to Corey.
Say something.
So,
yeah.
People
People need to talk.
Just
Say
talk to
something.
us. Tell us what you think about our show. Ask us questions. Interact with our polls. Do we have polls? I don't think we have polls.
I don't know.
Maybe we should get polls.
We could set up a poll that people could interact with.
Should we? Yeah, that'll be the first poll. Should we set up a poll? Yes or no? That's a stupid thing to say. All right. Today's Sunday, May 13th. Happy Mother's Day, moms, everyone out there.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah. Happy Mother's Day. So, if you listen to us Thursday nights, it's on the Podcast Radio Network. Use the TuneIn app. Use the Crikey app if you want to. Only if you want to, though. Check us out. Normally, we're on there Thursday night, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Haven't heard anything about our show actually being on the network right now, but I'm sure we'll be back up one of these days. So, in the meantime, just use Podbean to download our show. Podbean. Great place to host. See? I can do jingles. I can write jingles all day. It's going to be great. But also, thank you to Player One Coffee. Go to www.playeronecoffee.com. Use code at the checkout, Dads That Game, if you've never shopped there before, for 5% off your first-time order. What happened this week, man? There was a whole plethora of of just E3 news. Like, just this week blew up.
There really was.
Yeah, like this week, just like, I don't know what it was about this week, but everything was like, we're going to try to destroy E3 all in 1 week. That's kind of how I felt like E3, I felt like this week was going for. So there was like so many announcements of things that are going to happen at E3. So it's like the preview to make you turn into, basically get you to turn into E3. We'll talk about it today. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
First thing I want to talk about, though, is that this Saturday, if you guys are in the Des Moines area, once again, Noobs and Pros and yours truly here from the Dads of the Game will be hosting Battlegrounds. It is at the Mickle Center.
All right.
Check out noobsandpros.com for more information and directions how to get there. If you are in the Des Moines or surrounding areas, definitely come check us out. It's a lot of fun. I think we're going to bring in some new games this time. So some new fighting games. So a lot of fun. We're gonna have a Towerfall tournament. You can win yourself a Xbox Play Pass. So definitely, if you guys are around the area or hearing this show right now, come check us out. It's a free event, 5 to midnight. We'll play all games all night. Funny story is that This week's gonna be rough for me because I'm training new people. I'm a trainer now at my work,
Yep.
so I train all this week. I Battlegrounds on Saturday, and then I'm also a union member for my work. So I have I'm on the board of the union. So not just member. I'm actually a board member of my union, which is interesting. But I fly out Sunday. Like I'll probably, we'll record the show Sunday. And then I fly out Sunday night for Vegas for union training. I come home Wednesday, and then Friday I leave again for Chicago to go see. We're gonna go to Combo Breaker, so
Nice.
it's gonna be busy. I'm gonna be crazy busy. So I'm gonna lose my mind.
Does sound like you're gonna be like all over the place.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting. I'm gonna have to get my laptop updated. I should do that today. Get everything updated so I can. Well, because I was gonna go down when I go to Vegas.
Yeah.
I have union training all day. It's not like a vacation for me, so I'll be in class all day doing training. But like at night, I was gonna go down to the Luxor, and they have the new esports stadium.
Yeah.
So, and I think Sunday night they're having a Twitch event. So, I think I'm definitely gonna go down. Yeah, I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, I mean, after all, even when you're done with work, it's still Vegas.
I understand, but the thing is like I've been to Vegas once. I went on my best friend Richard Collins. He's been on the show before, but like we went down there for his bachelor party, had a blast. But I mean, we were drinking and gambling, and obviously doing things that you do at bachelor parties. I'm not going to go into it, but
Sure. Yeah. Right.
I mean, we did that for 3 days. Like we flew in, like it was a Thursday. Partied all day Thursday, Friday, Saturday. No, I'm sorry. We flew in Friday. That was right. Flew in Friday, partied all day Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Flew out on a Monday. But 3 days in Vegas is a lot. Like I would say it's a 48-hour town tops. And it just after that, it just be kind of. It's just.
You burn out quick.
You burn out quick. Yeah. So because especially if you're partying and obviously having fun. Which is, I mean, 90% of the reason that's why people go to Vegas is to party and, do things like that. But you burn so quick. And I mean, this time I'm actually going to go as like a tourist. So I wanted to go do touristy stuff. Like I really wanted to go see the esports scene because, I mean, it's really growing there. It's becoming really big. So I'm really excited that that's going to be there. And then like, apparently there's a really cool toy shop and on Fremont Street. I'm gonna go check that out too. So, but like I said, I don't drink anymore. I gamble sometimes, but it's like I'm not gonna go and bet everything that I have.
Waste a lot of money.
Yeah, waste a lot of money
exactly.
because I mean the house always wins. I mean, sad but true.
Right. Pretty much.
But I mean, I'm excited to go obviously for the esports thing, and obviously I want to take a lot of pictures and I'll take some videos. And I'll post it on our website on noobsandpros.com. So go check it out. They'll be up there sometime in the weeks coming ahead. But I don't know. Like I said, it's just one of those towns that it doesn't jazz me. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to Vegas.
Yeah. Unless you're going with a purpose, then I think that really, like you said, if you're not like a big drinker gambler, carouser or whatever you want to do, it's not really. It's interesting to go and see stuff there. But yeah, I mean,
it's a cool little. I mean, it's a cool town. I mean, there's a ton of stuff to do, but it's just like I said. I mean, the 90% of it's going to be gambling.
There's other places,
drinking. Yeah,
nice and warm and toasty.
Yeah, I don't know. I like to me because I've been so many places. Like I've been pretty much everywhere around the world. Like I've been to the Ukraine. I've been to Amsterdam. I've been to Jamaica. I've been to Canada. I can't think of a place that like I would get super excited about. Like. Just super jazzed about where I would like want to take a vacation, just because I've done it, Yeah. So yeah, and which I know. I mean, I've been blessed in my life by doing it. I know a lot of people, don't have that opportunity. They've been stuck in one place, and I totally get the point of having a vacation, but to me, it's like I would rather just stay home and play video games sometimes. Like honestly, like sometimes I just want to be a shut-in. Yeah. Like I love hanging out with my friends, and I think.
Speaking of.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's talk about video games.
I know. Yeah. What game did you want to talk about? I'm sorry.
Let's talk about video games.
No, I don't want to talk about video games. I want to talk about my life. It's over. This is show 101.
This is why Mike is angry about Vegas.
Exactly. No, this is show 101.
Brought to you by the Left Turn.
I told you after show 100 we were done. So this is a new podcast.
Yep.
This is deep thoughts.
This is the new format.
Deep thoughts with Michael Wolf. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about my life. We're gonna unravel my life problems right here on the radio. So let's get into it.
All right,
age 5.
If that's if that's what we need to do, it's fine.
No, fine. We'll talk about video games. My point is that I'm going there for esports stuff. So
yeah,
and then I started on a weird tangent, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Moving on.
It's okay.
Sorry. I know there's a lot of E3 stuff you wanted to talk about today. I know that's why you're so impatient. But obviously moving on. Still no game of the week, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I'm still finishing up God of War. I did sit down and play Destiny 2. So we will be talking about that as the main topic today. We will be talking about the DLC, The Warmind. Stay tuned for that. All I can say is, that sigh is very relevant. So just just hang on. It's going to be one of those shows, so I apologize. But let's talk about, obviously, weekend release, games you can actually get yourself. And this week, actually, some good ones coming out. Finally. So, not to say independent games are not fun. It's just, I can only take so many independent games.
So many.
Well, the reason being is just because there's so many of them out there. Like, there's thousands and thousands of independent games being developed, like, every single day. And I get it. And I'm proud that to see people's creativity. Some independent games are amazing, but it's just like there's so many of them that it's like I can't play.
Yeah, they really are.
I'm not going to be able to play every single independent game, unfortunately.
I think you can. I think you could do it.
If you did it for a living, I guess. Yeah. So
yeah, maybe.
Well, maybe. I don't know. But obviously this is going to cover you from today, the 13th, all the way up until the 19th, Saturday. So starting on the 15th, you'll be able to get yourself Goner on PS4. That has been out before, hasn't it? Goner? Yeah, I think.
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. It's an independent game. Battle Chasers Night War. If you guys haven't played Battle Chasers, it's okay. I mean, it's not. It's by THQ, but I mean, it's all right. No, I'm sorry. It's not by THQ. It's by Airship Syndicate. Yeah, that's right. It's not a bad game. It's a lot of fun. It just, I don't know. I played it before. It's not the best thing, but I'm guessing Night War is probably the expansion. But that's coming over to Nintendo Switch. Or that's a brand new game, or I could just be lying. No, I know Night War. I played Night War before. So, we'll see. No, not Night War. I'm sorry. Battle Chasers. Not Night War. What the hell am I doing? All right. So that's on PS. No, I'm sorry. That's Nintendo Switch. Next game is Dragon's Crown on PlayStation 4. That actually looks interesting. It's like an RPG game, apparently. I don't know. Yeah.
Dragon's Crown?
Yeah, Dragon's Crown. Looks RPG-ish a little bit. Looks a little bit older, I guess. I don't know. It used to be on PS3, so yeah, I'm guessing that was really older.
Yes, it's an old game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an old game that it's one of those like side-scrolly, kind of like
sure.
What's the one about the Darkest Dungeon?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm gonna play.
It's not like as cool, like completely different graphic style, but it's that same kind of side-scrolly, but still RPG.
Right. Hold on, I'm playing a video right now. Oh, all right. Vanilla Warfare. Yeah, it's like really kind of comic, but yeah, you're right. It's all side-scrolling. Okay, cool. The other game that is really cool, I didn't think I'd see this game on the 3DS still, but Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey Redo.
Tensei, yep.
Yeah, Tensei, sorry. Redo. Coming over to 3DS on the 15th as well. Interesting.
Oh.
Yeah. Omen, the other game, Omen Sight, is going to be on PS4 and PC. That looks... Man, there's a lot of games coming out that are like really like sword clash, battle, magic kind of thing. That's another one. I don't even know what I'm... I don't even know how to describe that genre, I guess. Sword... How would you describe your game? I don't know. It's really magic-y, sword clashy. I don't know. Yeah. Moving on. Also, you can get yourself Animal Super Squad on PS4. That looks adorable. That looks like it's a chicken driving a toilet go-kart. Huh. All right. Well, good for you. Also, you got Forgotten Forgotten Anne. I think that game's been up before. No, that's a new game. That is PC, Xbox One, and PS4. Hitman. Haha. I'm guessing that's the next chapter, I believe, because aren't they chapter games now? So, or maybe it's a redo.
No, yeah, but I thought they were. I thought that one had finished.
Is that? Well, I know, but it says Hitman. Yeah, so maybe
it's
brand new.
Another one. Yeah.
May 15th. Yeah, brand new Hitman game, I guess. Apparently, Horizon Chase on PS4. It's a car game. Monster Slayers on PS4. That actually looks pretty cool. All right, it's an independent game. Welcome to Hanwell on PS4. What is that game about? No idea. I'm guessing that may be a VR game. It's PC and PS4, May 15th, but maybe that's a VR game. I guess we could Google stuff. We should probably start Googling stuff. I need a fact checker. I need an engineer is what I need for this show. Seriously. Somebody that can just do research for me. I'm the engineer right now. Also, you can get yourself Wizard of Legend on PS4 and Nintendo Switch. That's the same thing. It's like magic-y, sword clashy. That's the best description I can give it. I'm sorry.
Magic-y, sword clashy.
Sword clashy game. Yeah. I don't know. It looks like a battle game. Looks kind of cool. Maybe check that out. So, also, you'll be able to get yourself The Adventures of Elena Temple on Nintendo Switch. That actually looks really neat. All right. A Little Witch Academia. Yeah, that's right. Academia. That's PC, PS4. This game actually looks pretty fun. I don't know if you guys have seen this one. This has kind of been in the works for a little while. Nobody's really known about it. It's by City Connection, but it's called Penguin Wars. It's coming over to Nintendo Switch. It looks super cute. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. That's it for the 15th, though. Starting on the 17th, though, which is a Thursday, which is always weird to see games on Thursdays now, but whatever, it's happening. You can get yourself Yonder, the Cloudcatcher Chronicles on Nintendo Switch. You can get yourself the Banner Saga on Nintendo Switch. Banner Saga has been out before. Yeah, Banner Saga, that's actually a really cool game.
Yeah,
it's been on Mac and PC and everything else, but it's finally come over to Switch.
Yeah.
That's a cool game, though. Yeah. You can get yourself Fox and Fortress, which is a side-scroller game, but that looks actually really neat. White Knight on the Nintendo Switch, which is it's like a black and white game. Ooh, that actually looks pretty interesting. Super Burger Time, which if you don't remember the original Burger Time, let me just stop here. I would say Burger Time probably in the arcade back in the day. Fun game. I mean, it had the little. You're basically your objective is that basically it's a platform game. So you're jumping up and down, but you have to make a burger while like eggs are trying to kill you sometimes. So, but you're jumping up and down and like you have to touch the items of the burger, and they fall into place and make a burger, and that's the objective. But you kids today don't know what good games are, seriously. So, Super Burger Time though, that was a great game. So. Another interesting game, Ice Cream Surfer. So when you're done with your burger, you can go play Ice Cream Surfer. That is on Nintendo Switch as well. They have a full food theme right now. Seriously. So, fantastic.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. The House in Fata Morgana, A Requiem for Innocence. Ooh.
Wow, that's a name.
That's a hell of a name. That's on PC on Thursday. I'm really dating myself today because obviously they got me with Super Burger Time, but the Requiem for Innocence, that reminds me of the song, The Return to Innocence. You remember that song? Can I play that? No, YouTube will get all mad. I can't play it. It was just nobody remembers that song? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I remember it.
That was Thanks for making me look like an ass. That's great. Thanks, Will. It's the return to innocence. Come on. It was a great song. Shut up. All right. Moving on. That was it for the 17th. The 18th. Here's the day that everything's going to blow up in your face because I don't know how you're going to finish any of this stuff. And I'm really going to have to sit down hard and I'm going to have to pick a game of what I really want to play. Because on the 18th, on the Switch, they're getting Hyrule Warriors, which if you've never played it's not a new game. It's the definitive edition. This was out on the 3DS. Yeah. It was out on the Wii U. I don't know, because it wasn't the greatest game that they put out there on the Wii U. Okay, it was a cool game, but it is a Hyrule Warriors game. So it's basically massive enemies around you. You're hacking and slashing everything around you, but it's basically Zelda characters. So I don't know. Like I said, like normally I'm all aboard Zelda. I love Zelda, but at Hyrule Warriors, like I wasn't a fan of. I played it on the 3DS, where they dumbed down the graphics because they had to. Wasn't super a fan of it. It was okay on the Wii U. I don't know. Well, maybe Switch will breathe life into it. I don't know. The reason the reason I'm torn with Switch games though is because on the same day, Little Nightmares is coming out on the Switch. I think that would be amazing on the Switch.
Such a good game.
Yeah. Like I think it would be amazing as a handheld game. So, but then also throwing their weight around is State of Decay 2 is finally dropping on Xbox One and PC. So I don't know. I don't know what game I'm going to play. So plus I'm not going to have a super amount of time. So because I'll be gone a lot.
I would say hold off on State of Decay.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I really want to play it. I don't really. I mean, I've heard mixed bag reviews so far.
But Mike, how many early access games do you really want to get involved in?
Well, I'm already in PUBG and Fortnite and Destiny.
Exactly. That's the thing. Because it's coming out. It's being released, and they're saying it's a released game.
Yeah,
but I guarantee you it's going to be like Sea of Thieves and
I
all these other games
it'll be so scarce. I don't know.
It seems like all of them, like lately, a lot of companies are putting out games that just seem like work in progress. And I get it, deadlines and blah, blah, blah. But
I feel like sometimes like games are like this show where like it's like wacky and crazy, and then we'll just fix it in post. That's how I feel. Yeah. That's how I feel sometimes. Like, no, we'll fix it later. Yeah.
Did you see the thing for that crazy new weird, like, I don't know, Fallout-y, Bioshock-y looking game, Atomic Heart?
Yeah. Oh, the one that was... Yeah. So we'll see.
It's really creepy and weird looking. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, and it's an indie game, so that could go either way. It could be really cool, or really it could be, like, pretty looking, but not good.
Sure.
So, I mean, who knows? But
yeah, I don't know.
I was just thinking of that.
I don't know. Also, for those of you paying attention at home, that's right. I called Destiny an early access game. You'll understand why later. Thanks for listening. Mm-hmm. Burn. Got him. I got him. All right. Moving on.
Yeah.
Big news this week, obviously. Nintendo Switch fans. Switch Online membership was just announced. So we finally, we've been talking about this for a while, and we finally got some details. I still don't know a ton about it, though, even with the details. Because obviously the article reads in here, it says Nintendo is launching a paid online service for its popular Switch console in September. So it's going to be September, which is what everybody's been telling us, and that was what we kind of said as well. But it says the Japanese gaming company unveiled the details of the new membership service on Monday, actually, is when this happened. It says it includes access to a library of 20 games from Nintendo's classic NES console. We kind of had an idea that was going to happen, that they were going to do this, free game per month thing, and that's kind of how they sold it originally. But it says an annual subscription costs users either $3.99 a month, $7.99 every 3 months, or $19.99 for the year. Well, that's stupid. Just do $19.99 for the year. Obviously, it's cheaper than any other services by PlayStation or Xbox, which are $60 a year. But the company also announced a family subscription model, which lets up to 8 users sign onto the account. It says the annual family membership will cost $34.99, which is kind of cool. That's actually really cheap for 8 users.
Yeah.
It says, Nintendo has mostly shielded away from online gaming in the past, focusing in its efforts on portability and family-oriented games. Says the company's latest console, the Switch, has proved a major success with gamers. It says Nintendo has sold 15 million units of the Switch in the year ending in March. That's pretty dang impressive, though. 15 million in a year. So
yeah, it is.
Sorry, Xbox. So yeah, I would say they're beating everybody right now, just in sales. So, I would say except for the Wii U. Wii. I'm sorry, Wii U. What? How long did the Wii take to get 99 million? I'm trying to remember. So I'm guessing a couple.
I don't remember.
It was probably a while. So, but they're still the record holders right now. I'm excited to hear that they're going virtual console. I'm excited to hear they're doing an online model. I have no idea what it's going to entail, though. Like I said, I don't know if they're going to make the user interface better for finding friends and playing with your friends, have multiplayer, because there's only... trying to think of all the multiplayer games Nintendo can offer you right now, which is basically like sports games like the NBA 2K, or, like wrestling, or I guess Splatoon. But I mean, they're not.
There aren't a lot.
They don't have a ton. I mean, they're mostly single player based games. Well, I guess Mario Kart would be in there too. But I mean, you can play Mario Kart online. So I mean, that's already out there. But I don't know if they're going to build the servers better, make this a better user face for it. I'm sorry, not user face, interface. I'm sorry.
User face.
User face. You use your face. I don't know. I mean, it's just I don't know what their plans are. I mean, obviously we'll find out in September. Hopefully at E3.
Right.
Let the rumor train begin. Obviously, but I mean, I would hope because they're going to have a bigger presence in E3 this year than anywhere else. Yeah, I unfortunately at this point in time I have no idea. So I'm sorry. Normally, like, I do a lot of research for the show. I try to figure out as much as I can. I read a lot of articles. I read and read. I read all through the week just to try to find stuff that's interesting that would bring to you. But I have no idea. I mean, they've been so hush hush about this online system. So
Nintendo's always cloak and dagger with everything.
That's true. Yeah,
I don't.
That's very true.
I get it for some things, and others I'm just like, why are you not more transparent?
True.
Why? What is the issue here?
I think this would be something that I would want to be transparent about, though, because I don't want to scare people away from this or surprise people with this, because it's like, they're already, I mean, if you're talking online services for gaming, PlayStation and Xbox already have the market on it. I mean, they've been doing it. I mean, obviously, Xbox had the better online market, with Xbox 360. Until they screwed it up with Xbox One X, and then PS3, it kind of dabbled in it, but it was really horrible when it first started off, and then it's been better ever since for PlayStation. So PlayStation, I would say, has the better angle on this right now, but I mean, Xbox was the originator of it, but then they just kind of dropped the ball with it. So I don't know.
But think about it like this: instead of even the online component, the fact that you pay $20 for the year, and you're going to get
classic games.
I don't know how often turnover, but you're going to get a library of classic games at your disposal.
Right.
So,
which kind
that alone might be enough for some people.
I get it, but here's the thing here's the counterpoint that I'm going to offer. I understand what you're doing with the online system and things like that. It's fine, but if you're offering classic games online, doesn't that defeat the model of your classic gaming systems that you've been pushing out on us? So
maybe
some
people don't want to buy the Switch.
That's true. So I don't know. I just kind of I feel like sometimes it's like counterproductive of what they counterproductive of what they would like to do. It's like they're trying to cover like every single base. They're like, okay, well, people like the Switch, we'll do this for the Switch. People like, retro video games, will do this for retro video games. So it's like, I get kind of that idea, but I just don't think it works all the time, or it's not going to work the way you want it to. So unless they keep on making those classic gaming systems very scarce, so people want them, I think this would would hinder the numbers if you do a virtual arcade. I guess it also depends on exactly what games they're having available in the virtual arcade, though. So I don't know, because I mean, $20 a year. I mean, obviously it's a lot cheaper than. Well, it's not cheaper. I mean, it's $20 per year. And the one time buy. Systems are usually $50-$60. But I mean, then it's yours. You're not paying an annual subscription every year for your classic systems. So I don't know. I mean, it's left to be unseen. I mean, it's a good thought piece, honestly. I never really, I mean, until now, really kind of broke it down like that. But it'll be interesting to see exactly what they do with it, I guess. So good luck to you. I mean, Nintendo's fooled us before. I mean, Labo is super hit. You know, it's a big hit. I don't think it's as big as they thought it was going to be, though. So, because you don't hear a lot about people playing Labo. I mean, it was like interesting up to it, and then it was like interesting for like when it came out. But like I would say, after a week, it kind of died off.
Yeah, so, I still think most people are turned off by the price point and cardboard. You know, I mean, I don't know. Well,
because you can go to a store and it's everywhere. I mean, they're not flying off the shelves. So
no,
yeah. So I mean, they do stuff that it's hit and miss, but I mean, it's a cool thing if you like science and hanging out with your kids, and if you like hanging out with your kids. some people don't like hanging out with their kids. Yeah, they have kids and they just don't see them. Great. Yeah, I don't know. Nintendo always does weird things that surprise me sometimes, and they do, you know, things that just blow you away. So I'm hoping that everything works out for them. But the other Nintendo game that I did, I really wanted to cover right now, and I'm actually going to move this story before we talk about our other stuff. But GameStop, the other day, there was a guy on Twitter that apparently worked at GameStop, but he linked there's basically 15 unnamed games that Nintendo is developing for this year.
Yep.
That's pretty impressive. Like, I don't know if they're, you know, big ticket names, but 15 games still, unnamed for Nintendo.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. So I don't know if it'll be this year or next year. Maybe it is this year, next year. I guess quarter 4, quarter 1 next year. But I mean, that was really big news. I mean, it's still, you know, I mean, obviously there's, you know, obviously these are the games that we know are confirmed right now. Is that Metroid Prime 4 is going to happen, Bayonetta 3 is going to happen, the new Pokemon game is going to happen. And then Smash Brothers by the end of the year they said will be out. They're supposed, the new Pokemon. I don't know. They could do a new Fire Emblem. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see kind of what turns out for that. I mean, there could be a new Super Mario Maker. Yeah. I don't know. What would you hope to see?
I really want I want them to announce more, and I know bring this, but I want them to announce more of their back catalog on the Switch.
Sure.
Like Metroid Prime. I would like a Metroid Prime trilogy.
Sure.
They did it for Bayonetta. I don't see why they wouldn't do it, especially since the new Metroid's coming out.
Sure.
Why they wouldn't put all of those old games on there.
Well, but let me stop you. Let me stop you. Instead of like going old school, like redos, like if they were to continue the story of like one Nintendo game besides obviously Metroid, like what other game would you like to see them like push the story forward and do a brand new game?
You know what?
Yeah.
How about there's one game out there that I absolutely loved, and I would love for them to do a new one. Rygar. Remember that?
Oh, that was a good game. Yeah. See, for me,
remember how awesome that was? Like,
for me,
such a huge world that you walked around.
Oh yeah, no, I remember the game. It was amazing. But the game for me, like, I think they should really take another chance on. I don't know if it would work just because people really aren't super into racing games. I would love them to see not like remaster, but I would love to see a new F-Zero game if they could make it happen.
Yep.
Like I would be totally behind
that would
it.
Be cool too.
Yeah, because I loved F-Zero. It was a fantastic game.
What was that racing game that they made that came out right when the Switch launched though?
It was more like Wipeout. It wasn't really so F-Zero-ish. I know what you're talking about. It was kind of like F-Zero, but I would love to see like an F-Zero game, or I would love to see
an actual one. Yeah,
like an actual F-Zero game, or you know, I mean, there's a lot of things they could do, or a new like Wario Land. They haven't done a Wario Land game forever. You know, or you know, like a new Luigi's Mansion game. I'm sure at some point in time we're gonna see one of those because I mean, for God's sakes, they have a Captain Toad game coming out. There's a new Yoshi game coming out. I'm sure. I don't know if they'll give their due to Wario and Waluigi.
It's going to be a Dr. Mario. It's going to be a full HD Dr. Mario game.
It would be. Well, they could make it cool though. You could instead of Tetris style, Dr. Mario could go out there and fight viruses and stuff like that. You ever think of that? Yeah. So they could make it happen.
Maybe.
Yeah. So
maybe Excite Bike, like really, really,
that would
really
be
fancy Excite Bike.
That would be interesting. I'm trying to think of other, like Mario franchises besides like the normals like Mario, Luigi, Bowser, things like that. Because those are things normally when you think of Nintendo, those are the first things you go to. Maybe like a new Kid Icarus game.
You know what would be interesting?
Yeah.
Ooh, that would be cool too.
That would be fun.
But think about this, right? Yeah. Mario 2 was so different than the entire rest of the series.
Right.
Like it was completely like a different world, different kind of game. I wish that they would expand on that universe every once in a while.
With the dinosaurs and things. Yeah. Because that was
like the weird egg shooting dinosaur things and
they can't.
Like it was definitely weird.
Well, I think they went. That's what I've always loved about Mario games is they always try to do something different. Like it's never just this, you go to point A, go to point B. And obviously that was Mario in a nutshell. But I mean, I really like how they always try to do, like they try to think outside the box and they try to do new things.
Yeah.
So it's always fantastic to see stuff like that. So I don't know. Like I said, I mean, it's hard to think of Nintendo without thinking of the staples. Like, Pokemon and Mario and, Bowser and things like that. And then you think of like, their new franchises like Splatoon and things like that. But I honestly, I would just love if they could expand more, I guess, and just make, either make new franchises with new characters. But it's like, I don't know what to expect. I feel like Nintendo and Blizzard kind of think the same sometimes. It's like they've already have this cornerstone of characters that everybody knows and loves and everybody's comfortable with. And it's like they don't ever want to rock the boat and create something new sometimes. So I would, I don't know. I would really like for them to create something new. I mean, Splatoon 2 was a huge hit when that came out and that was brand new. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing or what their development process is. But I mean, that's just what I would like to see. I would like to see new and, new and more creative things, I guess. But I mean, that's just my
Castlevania games. I mean,
yeah, I don't know. So
I know that kind of Sony took over a little bit for a while for the Castlevania games, but
it's all Konami.
It started on Nintendo. Yeah.
It was just made. I mean, Konami was the originators of it, but yeah, I mean, things like that. Yeah, I would agree with you. I think it would be cool to see kind of things like that. But I mean, moving on. But I think it would be interesting to see them to do more, and especially, I mean, if you have 14 unannounced games, I would hope that they are doing more. But it's yet to be seen. So I'm really, really, really excited to see E3 this year, just for the Nintendo part. The Bethesda part, what we're going to talk about here in just 2 seconds here. But I'm really, this year, I think for E3, I think this is going to have to be a redeeming E3 for a lot of people. Because I would say the last 2-3 years have been pretty lackluster. So hopefully this year,
quiet.
They have, and I mean, they just, unfortunately, last year, it was about games that were, coming out in 2019. So it was there was really nothing that was really this is coming out, in 2018. 2018 kind of got shoved to the side, and everything else is getting 2019. So, I mean, they were talking about Anthem, a little bit, but, Anthem is not scheduled until Q1 of 2019 now. Got pushed back. But I mean, hopefully, hopefully this year at E3 it's just going to rock. And I mean, I was really excited to see this announcement, which leads us into our next story. Bethesda at E3. So, Bethesda, obviously, their official Twitter account tweeted a close-up image of some nasty teeth this week. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But it had a date engraved in them, and it said 5/14. Now, I don't know what 5/14 obviously means. I don't know if it's 5/14 of this, tomorrow, the information is going to be released. I don't know if it's 5/14 2019 when the game's coming out, but it's already been leaked out. But apparently, because of the teeth, they're making Rage 2, which I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
That is going to be freaking amazing.
That would be really cool. I hope people still remember the first one because it was such a fun game.
It was so
I
good
really
too.
loved it.
I still haven't installed. I'm gonna go back and install it right now. Hold on.
Nice.
You keep talking. I'm going on my Steam account right now.
You're gonna go play it right now.
Well, actually, I'm just gonna install it. Go ahead.
Oh, all right. Well, they also had a couple other things that they tweeted, like the clock, like the big clock with the pink, the pink graffiti. It looked like paint splatter, and that also had the time of 5:14.
Yeah.
They also had a rocket that was looked like it was launching into space, and that had like the pink spray paint dripping off of it.
Yeah.
So they're really making a big push. I think, like, unfortunately, by being outed by Walmart Canada or something. I forget where it was.
Well,
like some Walmart
it was
somewhere.
Well, I took a look at the link, and there's a lot of stuff that got taken down, obviously, already. So probably not going to be able to get any good to. I'm installing Rage now, by the way. I'm going to play that later. That was a fun game. But yeah, so Walmart Canada basically, I guess, leaked, all these games that are coming out 2018, end of 2018, 2019. But they went over obviously and talked to, Bethesda's head guy, and Pete Hines, he's the executive, obviously, but he said, quote, "We're going to be talking about a healthy number of new games and new projects, and I'm really excited." Yeah. He says that we've been working at E3 this year since September of last year. He says, "I'm already 7 to 8 months into working at E3, but I really like how it's coming along." He continued, "I think there's going to be something for everyone regardless of what you play on or what kind of games you're into." He said, "My biggest hope always is that we deliver the promise of E3. But they also then announced that this year at E3, save the date because June 10th at 6:30 Pacific time, so 7:30 Mountain, 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern, that's when their conference is going on here. But they said it's also scheduled to be the longest E3 conference that they've ever done.
Yeah.
And that's exciting to me because Bethesda's kind of been... Bethesda's always... I love Bethesda as a developer. I think they make some of the most amazing games out there. I still play a lot of their games still, past their prime to this day just because they're so much fun. But Bethesda's kind of like, I would say for the last E3, they were kind of, quiet. They only had a couple games in the works or a couple games that they could talk about. But it sounds like this year, floodgates are opening.
Yeah, they're going to blow up.
They're going to blow you up.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm excited for that because, Bethesda's one of those companies that has so many titles like, Fallout and just so many things that they can do. So, what do you think? What other games you think they're going to do, I guess?
Well, I feel like having the catchphrase that they have for this year, even more Skyrim than last year, is that's a good catchphrase to start. I feel like they're going to announce that within Rage 2, there will be like arcade games that you can go play that will play Skyrim.
Probably. That'd be something fun.
So,
but even
play Skyrim
talking of Elder Scrolls,
but you also have to pay for it though.
Right. Talking of Elder Scrolls, though, I heard rumor of Elder Scrolls 6. So I don't know if that's true.
We've heard those rumors forever, and at this point, it's the Elder Scrolls 6, aka Skyrim still. That's
return to
Skyrim.
Return to Skyrim.
And really, all it is, it's just new box art, but it's actually just Skyrim.
Exactly. Elder Scrolls 6: The Return to Skyrim. Now with 7 more dragons. Yeah.
Exactly. It's, in full 4K with even more Skyrim involved. Take one more arrow to the knee. I don't know. I think we're going to see some. I think we're going to see some stuff about Prey.
I would hope not, though. I think that there's. I think if I was really excited for Prey when they announced it, just because I was a huge fan of the original. They did this Prey. Yeah. I did not like this Prey, unfortunately.
Yeah, I thought it was good and bad at the same time.
Right.
I don't know.
And I know it was
for very long.
I know it was a reimagine of the game, which is fine. I don't hate you for reimagining a game. You did something. I just don't think it worked. Because to me, I think the original Prey. If you've never played the original Prey, that game to me, hands down,
it was awesome.
Was amazing. Way better than this Prey. So
yeah.
I don't hate them for trying something different though. So
think that that maybe we're gonna get the there's been a lot of rumors that they have even a code name for it.
Yeah,
kind of like a sci-fi, more outer space style.
Sure.
One of their open world games, but it's like a space one. I don't know. We'll see if that, I'd like something new, not something Fallout, not something Elder Scrolls.
I would even be okay with a new. Well, I'd even be okay with a new Fallout game though, and I heard rumors that it's supposed to be like Fallout London, is what I heard. So that would blow my mind if there was a new Fallout game that they're introducing as well. So I don't know. Like I said, I mean, June 10th obviously will tell all tales, but it's exciting to hear that they have so much information that they're going to be giving us this year, because anything from Bethesda, I mean, any franchise they have, I would say is just it's always amazing. So, but we got to move on. Obviously, we're going to run out of time if we don't. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited. And then obviously, not to be outdone, Sony this week as well. They confirmed that they're going to be focused. I guess it's a Well, it's a blessing and a curse at the same time, because they've already announced that they're not at E3. They're not going to say anything about hardware. It's all going to be focused on video games, right? Which is fine. Yeah, fine.
That's absolutely fine.
So obviously, they said the big, 4 ones that we're really going to focus on, which we've been excited about a lot of these, but Death Stranding, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man, and The Last of Us Part 2, which everybody's been waiting on. If honestly, if that's all they did, I'd be fine. I'd be perfectly fine. And it would be amazing to see all that information and see all that stuff that they were doing on that. There was a rumor that, Sony may have just outed themselves, with the PlayStation 5, which we'll read here in just 1 second. But Sony, obviously, they're taking the stage June 11th. They will, obviously, their conference is going to start at 6 p.m. Pacific, so it's 7 Central, that would be 7 Mountain, 8 Central, and then 9 Eastern. So I like the fact that a lot of these conferences are reasonable amount of times and you can watch them reasonably. EA. They're not even taking the stage until 11 o'clock. And that's Pacific. That's ridiculous. So I don't even think that's like 11 a.m. I think it was 11 p.m. I could be wrong, but
yeah, I think it was something crazy.
It was really ridiculous this year. So and there was basically stories this week too where EA said, we're still doing loot boxes. Okay, you do that, buddy, because that's worked out so well for you. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. But I mean, with obviously Sony. I'm excited to see more information about Ghost of Tsushima. Death Stranding at this point, like, honestly, I don't care. Like, look, I love Kojima. I absolutely love Kojima. Yeah. Like, I think he's a brilliant man.
And I'm sure whatever Death Stranding turns into will be great.
Sure. But at this point in time, like, I don't care until I have the game. That's kind of how I feel.
Yeah, it's so far out still at this point that, we're probably another 2 years away from the game actually coming out.
Probably, yeah. Depending on how much work they've been able to do, I guess. Yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, I have nothing against Kojima. I have nothing against his game. It's just I just feel like it's turning into Skyrim, towards like every conference that they can get their hands on. They're like they show one little blib of Death Stranding. It's like. Yeah, it's like, I don't care. I have no idea. One, I have no idea what your game's about. I have no idea why, this is important to me. So I guess if you're going to show your game, maybe show more aspects of that. Show, like, this is why your game would be, this is who you are in this game. This is why this is important. So at this point in time, I hope they do that better. I would hope after a year of having more time to develop, they'd be able to. But I think you're right. I think that game's, like, probably not even on the blip of being released.
I think it's still a long way away.
I think it is too. I think it's at least probably 2-3 years out, honestly, which is really stupid to keep on like bringing it up at every single conference, if that's the truth.
I think at this point we need to see The Last of Us 2. We need to see a lot more of that.
Well, and that game's coming out soon.
I would like to actually see I would like to see a this year release date for The Last of Us 2.
That would be cool.
November or whatever, like some. like near the end of the year, but but still doable to maintain it being this year. I think there's been enough time for that game to actually be coming out.
Sure.
I mean, I know Days Gone is still has been pushed to next year.
Yeah.
So I mean, we don't even need to think about that. I don't know. What game I think a lot of us keep forgetting about, and I know it's not Sony exclusive, but the new Metro game. That game looked amazing.
Yeah.
I'd like whoever I forget what the company is that does them, but I would like a surprise this year that game's coming out sometime soon as well.
Yeah, you're talking about the Metro 2034 games, like the Russian.
Yeah, it's the third one in the installment. Right. This one's supposed to be really way cool. Bigger, and you're actually supposed to go outside. As opposed, I mean, you did in the first and the second game, but only very briefly.
Right.
But I don't know. That one, the new one looks amazing. So we'll see. I just want more information about that. So, yeah.
Well, I would want more information about that. And like I said, I mean, the only thing I would say would be a saving grace if they announced Death Stranding again would be like Death Stranding is releasing on this day. Like that's the only thing I want to hear so far.
Yeah.
Like I don't care about. I
don't need a lot from it.
Yeah, here's 30 seconds more of the gameplay. Like I don't care seriously. So maybe that's just me though. Maybe am I the only one? Am I the only one that feels that way? That I think it's been done to death.
I feel like that Sony should come out like with a specific company and just like give like this crazy sizzle reel wow factor thing that says that yes, everyone, we've talked with Crystal Dynamics, and yes, the Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver is back.
See, here's the thing about that, and that's the thing that kind of takes me off is that. What was that tweet about? I think we were the only media outlet out there that covered that freaking tweet. Like I don't know why that tweet was out there if they're not going to do something with that franchise. So
I don't know.
Maybe E3 will tell us otherwise. I'm hoping they do. That would be amazing. I would freak out because then we actually did something relevant. Yeah.
They're remastering or remaking or whatever the medieval game or medieval, however you say it. With
that was announced. That was announced at PlayStation Experience. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I would. I mean, they're putting that back out, and that game was. I loved that game. I really loved it. But I mean, Soul Reaver. A lot of people have been talking about it. Yeah. So maybe I don't know why it's been so long.
Well, maybe this will be the year that they actually say something about it. So, but moving on. Obviously, the last company I wanted to talk about. I'm not going to leave out Xbox. But I don't know what Xbox is bringing to the table at E3. It's been yet to be seen. But analysts have basically had predictions. They're basically saying Halo 6, Gears of War 5, which I could definitely see. I don't know if it's going to be E3 news though. That's, I guess, my only concern, because we talked about this when Xbox One X came out, is that there wasn't going to be a Halo 6 game on the most powerful system that you've ever made, which was really stupid in my opinion. But could that be this year, and then maybe a Gears of War 5 next year? Because honestly, I would say those are really the only two franchises that I can think that would be saving graces right now for Xbox, because I don't think any games that they've done so far have pushed them to what they want to be for this brand new system. I mean, Sea of Thieves was a flop. Crackdown 3, nowhere to be seen. We have no idea where that game's even at. Maybe State of Decay 2 will be, better, but I mean, we're already hearing things back from the beta reports that it's not fixing a lot of the primary technical issues that the first one had. And it's not, the best game. So I don't know. I mean, that's why we kind of joke about early access games, is because Xbox is kind of turning into this company where it's like, we don't have, first-party publishers as much as the other company does. And the stuff that they're putting out is pretty lackluster, because I think these companies are getting pushed to develop these games or push these games out way too early, because there's not enough content to fill in the gaps for Xbox. And I think Xbox is realizing it. So, yeah.
I don't know what they could possibly be doing, announcing, saying.
Sure.
I don't know. An Xbox One XXX. I don't know. The Xbox One XXX. Yeah.
Would it be more
Xbox?
Well, but hold on. Would that be a porn machine, or would it actually be,
it would just stream that movie.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it would just stream XXX the movie, and then Vin Diesel will come out, and personally handshake you if you actually buy one, because he's not doing anything.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
No, he's not busy.
He's not busy at all.
Fine.
Yeah. He's just waiting for the next, Fast and Furious movie to be written, or, for the next Marvel I Am Groot line that he has to say. So, I guess. Right. So, Vin Diesel, you're horrible. Sorry. But I mean, like I said, this show, obviously, a lot of hearsay news, a lot of obviously information we throwing out you, because I mean, that's all everybody's talking about is E3 this, E3 that. Obviously E3 will be out, obviously June, second week of June. Cool thing that we're doing right now too is, it is planned right now that we are going to have like a panel with Noobs and Pros. Brian and Sean are supposed to be coming over, and we're going to do E3 predictions, and we're actually going to do a live show. So definitely check out noobsandpros.com for that. We're going to try to do a live show, get everything up and going. Good news, too, for the Dads That Game is that we will be going back to video very soon. So just hold on. We're going to actually start posting a lot more videos and doing the live podcast again. So if you guys ever have any questions, if you ever want to ask us anything or anything like that, please go to noobsandpros.com. You can also send us an email at the Dads That Game at dadsthatgamepodcast@gmail.com. So definitely send us any questions or any concerns about our show. Why would you have concerns? I am very concerned.
Mostly concerns. I would like all of your concerns, please. Yes,
I am very concerned on how the show is being presented. Thank you. Last story I wanted to cover, obviously, before we talk about Destiny here. We have to talk about Destiny again. I did want to have you guys start saving your money now, because it is being reported that the Steam Summer Sale will be going live June 21st. So PC fans, you know what that's all about. Nice. That's all I got to say. But let's talk about a main topic today, and that is Destiny 2 Warmind. Here's the thing. I don't hate it, but I don't love it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
The reasons that here's the thing. Obviously, Destiny 2 obviously released Warmind on Tuesday. It's a step in the right direction, but it's still a very linear game. And the reason I'm going to say that is because if you think of games like open world games, let's just talk about open world games right now. Witcher 3, obviously very open world. World of Warcraft, any games out there, Elder Scrolls Online, very open world. Okay. When you're playing those games, there is a point A where you start and a point B of where you finish. But when you're playing those games, obviously, there's 19 different, there's 19,000 different, forks in the road that lead to different quests and different adventures by themselves.
Right.
But you still have that main point A to point B storyline, right?
Yeah. You have your storyline that you can get to whenever you want.
Exactly.
But the emergent stories that you get to just by going left or right instead of straight are what makes those games great.
A lot of fun and really great. Destiny has never been able to capture that essence. Destiny does have forks in the road, but the forks are very shallow. They're like mostly just like dead ends. They don't lead to their own path, and they don't lead you right back into the main story. It's still very point A to point B. Like, here's the start, here's the finish of the story. After the finish of the story, there's really not a lot you can do. There's endgame things right now that you can do. They have, a new raid, which is still a part of the Callus thing. It's not like they came up with a brand new raid section. It's still on Callus's ship. It's just another section of the ship. I don't hate what they're doing with Destiny. I think they've done a really cool thing with PvP. The refresh times and, heavy ammo spawn a lot quicker now. So PvP is more exciting and more engaging. The story, they did a really, really good job on this story compared to Curse of Osiris. The only thing I hate, though, is that it was short. It was only a 2-hour story. And then you were done. The thing that I hate right now, though, about Destiny is that they've light capped everybody, or your power level, I'm sorry. Your power level is now capped at 380. The story will only get you to about 345, though. And then it's a grind. It's grinding until you get to 380, which, if you know how to do it, is fine. You can probably get yourself 360, 365 tops at this point, being so obviously new into the game. But they want you at 370 and 380. There's teams out there right now. Right now, I could be totally wrong, but there's, as far as I understand it, there is no team out there so far that's been able to beat the raid. So I feel like what Bungie has been doing at this point in time is they just keep stretching and stretching and stretching that point A to point B time frame, because they really don't ever want you to get to point B right away and have the game old, which is fine. I understand that. But it's how they keep stretching it and stretching it and stretching it. It's not fun and engaging. It's just freaking annoying, because then it's just grinding, and there's no new content after you play everything. There's no incentive to keep doing the grind. Is what I just feel like Bungie has had this formula forever. It started back in obviously Destiny, where it's like they have the main content. You fly through the main content. What keeps you engaged into grinding and grinding and grinding? It's not like a World of Warcraft or Witcher game to where it's like you start off in one section, from this level to this level, and then you can't go to this section until you hit this level. I was talking to my buddy Rich about this yesterday, and he was like, you remember in World of Warcraft where, if you went to another area that was way above your level, you would get one shot and killed. Bungie, you can kill
the whole zone.
Yeah, exactly. Bungie doesn't have a level requirement to where you have to be somewhere, you can't go to this place until you're this level. It's basically you can kill whatever you want to kill. There's no, level restrictions. I think honestly that's hurt Bungie more than it's helped Bungie. It's hurt Destiny. So
I'm at a point now where I didn't even get it. I didn't get a Curse of Osiris either. I'm waiting to see what this mystery thing is that they're doing this fall. Where they said that it's going to be this huge, massive thing.
That's what ticks me off too, is because I don't understand why this becomes this new formula for Bungie to develop Destiny this way. Because they developed the Prime game. If you bought the Collector's Edition or you bought the expansion pass, you get 2 expansion passes with it. But I feel like they half-ass it on the expansions that you already paid for. And then they're like, oh, well, we have one more expansion, but hey, guess what? If you want it, it's another $30.
Yeah.
They did the same thing in Destiny. Now they're doing the same thing in Destiny 2. Either they're not listening to their fans of, hey, we would really like to see this, or this is not really working, or they just don't give a damn. And I'm really leaning towards the second one. I really don't think they don't care about our opinions or how we play the game, and then they wonder why nobody plays their game. So it's like they give you just enough.
It makes me so sad.
Yeah, they give you just enough to satisfy you, but it only lasts for like a week or two, and then you're on to other stuff. So
it really bothers me because a lot of us met because of Destiny. A lot of us, this is what we started together, and I can't say Destiny without saying good things about it because it really.
It's not a bad.
Most people, anybody that's played it will know.
It's not. It's not a bad game. It's not.
It looks great.
Yeah, it's not a bad game.
It looks great. It handles great. Yeah. The moment to moment gameplay is great, but it just ends so quickly.
Yeah, and like I said,
it's just it's the point. Not feeling like it's great.
Exactly. I think it's just the point of them. Like it's like they jam pack everything into a 2-hour story. And then it's like, oh, well, we have this end stuff that you can get to. But to get to there, you're going to have to kill, basically grind and grind and grind and be bored for weeks and weeks and weeks until you can go do something new.
Yep.
That's the formula of the game, unfortunately. And it's been that formula forever. So I don't know. I feel like sometimes it's like they know why they fail, but they just don't want to fix it. So but whatever. Because like I said, I mean, I love obviously anybody can argue with me that they won, but I guarantee you, everybody that hated Destiny 1 when you went over to Destiny 2, because everybody was at that grinding point in Destiny 1. So that's why everybody hated the game in Destiny 1. Destiny 2 came out, massive story, a lot more exciting things that they can do. And everybody that I talked to was like, oh, Destiny 2 is so great. It's amazing. Story ended. Same freaking story happened again. Everybody hates that grind. Yep. It's like, I don't understand why they don't get it, that we don't want to grind forever. We don't want to spend 3 or 4 weeks trying to get one gun or 3-4 weeks trying to get into your raid. It's like, if I level and I put in the work to get through your story, you should at least reward me with basically more engaging content if I'm going to grind to get to your end story. I understand if you need to stretch it out because you don't want to get old, but the way you're stretching it out right now, it's just not working. It's just so pathetic sometimes. And I guarantee you, it's the same story. I don't understand how you're going to make this brand new expansion that you're excited for at the end of the year.
Right.
Well, guess what? Nobody's going to give a crap because it's like you already pissed everybody off. So I'm one of them. You know, I love the game. I'm never going to badmouth your game because it's an amazing game, but that grind is just unreal sometimes.
Yeah, too much.
Yeah, like I said, sigh. So I'm getting off my high horse because we got to end the show. But like I said, it's a step in the right direction. I can't praise them enough on the story that they told. The story is freaking amazing. The end boss fight in this one was amazing. It's just what happens after is what needs to be fixed, and that's where the big complaint comes from all their players. So I'm not the only one. So
no,
but that's it for the show. We do thank you for listening, obviously. Check us out Thursday nights, Podcast Radio Network. Go to our website, noobsandpros.com, and you can check out all our information there. But we thank you for listening, and we'll next week is going to be a busy week. Obviously, we'll still do the show, but start checking noobsandpros.com because I guarantee you in the weeks following there will be a lot of cool pictures. There will be a lot of cool videos coming up because obviously I'll be getting to go to the esports arena down in Vegas. Battlegrounds we'll have pictures from, and then we'll have Combo Breaker right after that. So yeah, definitely start checking us out. But we love you. We will talk to you next week, hopefully. And stay safe, kids. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Dads That Game radio podcast. Email us your questions
and hate mail
to dadsthatgamepodcast@gmail.com.